Blake and Ryan's bank account? Cooked. And no, we're not being dramatic. This isn't some tabloid headline or another day in celebrity gossip land. This is a full-blown financial and PR catastrophe that's unraveling in real time. We're talking lawsuits worth hundreds of millions, brand reputations in shambles, boycotts, backlash, and the kind of Hollywood fallout that could leave one of Tinseltown's golden couples with absolutely nothing. How did it all go so wrong? Let's start with the big one, the monster lawsuit. You've probably seen the headlines. Justin Baldoni is suing Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds for a staggering $400 million. That's not a typo. $400 million. It's the kind of number that makes you blink twice. And in a world where lawsuits are usually settled behind closed doors, this one is loud, messy, and public. Baldoni claims the damage done to him, personally and professionally, is massive. And now he's coming for blood. Blake and Ryan aren't just dealing with the stress of a legal case. They're staring down the possibility of complete financial ruin. The legal fees alone are outrageous. Add in the possibility of losing, and this lawsuit could wipe them out. It's so serious, Blake actually brought in a former CIA agent to manage her personal security and PR. A literal intelligence operative, not a publicist. That's not just image control, that's panic mode. You don't pull someone from Langley unless you're dealing with next-level threats. And the rumors don't stop there. Reports claim Blake's been padding her social media with fake followers, trying to keep the illusion alive while everything underneath is falling apart. But image manipulation can only go so far. Because public trust, that's something you can't fake. And once it's gone, it's gone. It's gotten to the point where people are joking that Blake might need to start a GoFundMe just to stay afloat. And honestly, it's not even that far-fetched. Because the costs don't end with the courtroom. Her entire brand, every business she's built, is now crashing and burning. Take Betty Buzz. What started as a wholesome, all-natural beverage company is now being mocked online as Betty Buzzkill. The company was meant to stand for clean, living, family values, and a break from the toxic image of most celebrity alcohol brands. But then Blake did something that shocked even her most loyal fans. While on the press tour for her new film, It Ends With Us, Blake chose to promote Betty Buzz and her husband Ryan's aviation gin instead of addressing the serious themes of the film: domestic violence, trauma, survival. It wasn't just a PR misstep, it felt tone-deaf, self-serving, and grossly out of touch. This wasn't just bad optics, it was moral failure in the eyes of her audience. Instead of using her platform to speak about the important issues the movie was built on, she used it as a springboard for product placement. And people noticed. The backlash was swift and brutal. Social media lit up with criticism. News outlets picked it up. And now analysts predict Betty Buzz could suffer losses of up to $15 million. That's just one brand, one business. And things were only getting worse because next came the movie Flop. Another simple favor, the highly anticipated sequel to the 2018 thriller, had everything going for it. The genre, the cast, the budget, it was supposed to be a hit. But then the Blake Lively controversy exploded, and everything changed. Fans turned on her fast, flooding the film's promotions with boycotts and angry comments. "Not watching because of Blake," one viral comment read. "Sorry to the rest of the cast." And that wasn't a one-off. That was the general sentiment. Suddenly, what could have been a box office success became a financial disaster. And the studio behind the film? Amazon. Yep, one of the biggest players in the entertainment industry just took a massive L projections. Estimate that Amazon could lose between $30 and $40 million due to the film's poor performance and the collateral damage to their streaming brand. Now imagine being the executive who greenlit the project, only to watch it go up in flames because one of the stars couldn't read the room. The damage goes beyond ticket sales. It's long-term brand trust, viewership loss, and hesitation from A-list talent who may now think twice before associating with Amazon originals. And if you thought this was all Blake's burden to carry, think again. Ryan Reynolds is now caught in the crossfire, and it's not looking good. Ryan built a career on charm, on being the funny, quick-witted guy next door who always knows how to land the perfect one-liner. But that persona, it's starting to wear thin. Especially with the rumors swirling that he may have used his Deadpool character to take subtle jabs at Justin Baldoni. The prosthetic nose, the man bun, all details that seem eerily similar to Baldoni's real-life appearance. Critics say it was a mockery, not a coincidence. And if those implications are true, it's more than just tasteless humor. It's potentially anti-Semitic. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out how fast Disney would distance itself from a controversy like that. Deadpool has been Ryan's meal ticket for years. But if the brand becomes toxic, if studios start to feel like he's more of a liability than an asset, then Ryan's career may be hanging by a thread. He's already seen his involvement in other projects decline. He's no longer untouchable, and the numbers don't lie. If Deadpool starts to lose steam, Ryan could lose $20 to $30 million in future film earnings. Add in another $5 to $10 million in lost endorsements and partnerships. That's a total hit of up to $40 million gone, just like that. But let's go back to Blake, because this train wreck still has more cars to crash. Remember, her hair care line? Blake Brown, a brand new business, carefully timed to drop just 2 days before the premiere of It Ends With Us. On paper, it looked like a genius move. All eyes would be on Blake. She could ride the media wave straight into a successful product launch. But in reality, that launch was the nail in the coffin. Because instead of promoting the film's important message, she hijacked the spotlight for her own commercial gain. Fans were disgusted. Survivors felt overlooked. And when people looked to her for a meaningful message, all they got was dry shampoo tips and awkward beauty tutorials. What should have been a moment of empowerment became a meme. The backlash hit hard. TikTok exploded with clips of her interviews, most of which painted her as clueless, out of touch, and weirdly detached. One moment in particular went viral. An interviewer asked how fans should approach her to talk about the themes of the movie, and Blake responded by joking about sharing her location. It didn't land. At all. People weren't laughing. They were confused, hurt, outraged. Because the movie isn't just any story, it's about domestic violence. And instead of honoring that, Blake turned it into a personal promo tour. The result? Her hair care brand suffered a massive loss in consumer trust, and experts predict a financial hit of at least $3 to $5 million in the first year alone. And it gets worse. Blake's flopped film performance could also cost her between $2 and $3 million in future acting paychecks. Her name is quickly becoming synonymous with controversy, and casting directors are taking notes. Studios don't like risks. And right now, Blake is a walking red flag. That adds up to around $500 million in total damage. Their current combined net worth? Around $380 million. If you know how subtraction works, you already know where this is going. Blake and Ryan are officially in the red, negative territory. And if this continues, they're not just going to lose money, they're going to lose everything. The fall of Blake and Ryan isn't just a Hollywood cautionary tale. It's a perfect storm of bad timing, worse decisions, and a total disconnect from what their audience actually wanted to see. The irony? They could have avoided most of this by just staying quiet, by not making it about them, by understanding the moment. Instead, they doubled down, promoted their brands, ignored the message, dismissed the outrage, and now they're paying the price. So what happens next? Will Blake and Ryan claw their way back from the brink? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of Hollywood's most bankable power couples? Whatever the answer is, one thing's for sure, the fallout is already here. And it's not going away anytime soon.